Well, hello there, everybody. So, we're going to take a look at a solution to one of the exercises from this chapter, specifically importing all of these way cool things that Arteria 3D gave us, all these cool characters for us to play with. And I've got them downloaded from the website, so they're all right in here, and they're basically ready to go in. I've got their textures, the model, and the README with their animation list. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and let's create a folder in, not there. Let's pull it out of there. Come on now. Let's put it down here. Okay. I want to leave the whole final project thing alone. So let's go ahead and I'm going to rename this folder characters like so. And let's get them imported. So I'm just going to go to my, there it is. Here's all my characters. I'm going to grab all three of these folders, and I'm just going to drag them on into characters right there. And it's going to go ahead and import some stuff for me. And then I'm going to go through and do a little bit of cleaning up and a little bit of testing to see how they're lining up with Sancho. Check my scale factor, make sure that they're lining up, and maybe look at one animation setup just to kind of make sure we're comfortable. These are the building blocks from which we're going to work the rest of the book. So if I kind of lose you here, then it becomes a really frustrating experience. So hopefully we can head off any potential problems that might crop up with getting these characters and these assets within our projects. So just kind of holding on here. Shouldn't take too much longer. One of the first things we're going to have to do is with our normals, we're going to have to make sure that Unity knows that they're all normals as opposed to just a regular texture. That's a specific setting we're going to have to change. We saw some of that stuff in dealing with getting Sancho in there and some of the things that we had to do for him. So we're kind of going to be looking at similar type problems here. Not serious problems, so shouldn't be a hard thing to deal with. Okay, so we are good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and go into my characters. Let's start off with the donkey. And you can see it went ahead and created a materials folder. Here's my README with my animations. Here's my normal map, and you can see it thinks it's a texture. So I'm going to go ahead and change that to normal map. And no, it's not grayscale. And then hit apply. No big deal there. And I might not even use it. We'll see. Then I'm going to go to my, let's actually throw our donkey on out here. Hey donkey, what's up with you, donkey? Let's check out our donkey. It seems to be good size. Maybe we'll break this apart here so that we can also see within our game world here. The donkey looks a little bit smallish in comparison to Sancho maybe. We can deal with that. Kind of see his sizing there. Okay. Alright, so is kind of odd things going on here. So let's jump into our materials and do some tweaking here. So I'll start off with my donkey colt, and it's a standard material, so let me change that to legacy, and I'll go with bumped diffuse. And let's go ahead and throw our, let's not throw our normal map on it. To kind of give you an idea, if we do it, you see how it kind of roughed it up a little bit, and I don't know that I want that. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with none there. And Donkey Colt TRS. TRS is transparency. So I'm going to go to legacy shaders, and let's go to a transparent. And let's do a cutout and a bumped diffuse. And for our texture, let's throw a Donkey Colt texture right there. And there we go. There's our donkey. Oops. Yeah. I so badly want to zoom in on my game view and I can't. Okay, get out of the way, game view. There we go. So there's our donkey. No, come on, game view, get out of my way. There's our donkey. And the transparency comes into play with his mane and his tail. And he looks pretty nice. So I'll come back down here to Donkey Colt. Let's see. Let's go to our model. Scale factor. We could probably bump him up just a little bit, maybe 1.2. Now let's see how that looks. Maybe that's too big. Yeah, I can live with that 1.2. So let's go to our rig. Let's get rid of generic and let's go to legacy. Apply. And then we just need to give them some animations in here. So I'm going to kind of skip that at the moment. And you know, we kind of repeat with our horse and our pig, Samson and Teresa. So what I want to focus on here is I'm going to go ahead and grab this sheep, right? And let's pull one of these sheep guys out here. Hey sheep, what's up with you? And there you are, sheep. Yeah, aren't you a cool sheep? Doing sheep things. I don't know why I want to say that so much. Okay, so let's begin with our sheep. And we'll just kind of repeat what we just did. We'll go to our normal. Let's make it a normal map. It is not grayscale. And apply that. And then, blah, 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 blah. We'll go into our materials. This time we don't have a transparency material on them, so that's pretty nice. We'll go to a, not standard, we'll go to a legacy, and we'll do a bump to diffuse. And we can take a look at the normal map, see if we want it. Yeah, you know, it's kind of up to you. If you want it, run with it. If you don't, cool. I kind of thought it looked good enough for what we're doing in this particular project. I think it looks just fine like that. Okay, so we've got my fluffy sheep out there. And with my fluffy sheep out there, let's go into here. I think his size is just fine. For rig, let's change that to legacy. We'll apply that. And let's take a look at our animations. So, you know, these are my animations. I'm going to go ahead, right click on this and do a show in Explorer. And that's then allowing me, this is inside the Unity project. And, you know, we talked about projects and how this is a folder on my computer that this stuff is stored in. But what this is doing is it's allowing me to load it up like so, which is going to be very beneficial here in just a second. As I slide this over onto my other monitor, and I'm going to go to my sheep that's right here, for instance. Oops, I'm sorry, I went the wrong way. My sheep that's right down here. Go to my animations, and let's say we're going to scroll down here. So animation 1 is going to be walk. It's going to be from frame 1 to frame 36. It's going to be loop by default. Let's see, how does that look? A little jitter at the end, maybe. Let's see, maybe 35. Not bad, good enough. So we'll do an apply on that. Our next one, so we'll do a plus, and we'll add our next one, which in this case is an idle. And this idle is going to run from 37 to 236. It'll also loop. And let's see what we've got here. You know, a couple second animation here. Looking to see if we've got any jitter sound. Oh, we got something bad there at the end. So let's try 235. See if we can get that smoothed out somewhere or other. Yeah, getting closer. How about a 234? Okay, I can deal with that. We'll apply. And then we'll do our next animation, which is, in this case, going to be graze A. Graze A. And that's going to be from 237 to 315. And that will also loop. So we'll do it like so. Let's see, what do we have here? Make sure we don't have any jitters. I think I saw one. A little bit. Let's try 314. I can live with that. And then our next one, we'll add another one. This one is going to be graze B. And it is from 316 to 404. It will also loop like so. And let's see if we've got any jitters we need to be aware of here. Boo, something bad happened there. Let's go to 403. Looks pretty smooth. Yeah, little jitter. 402. Okay, I think I'm good. Yeah, I'm happy. Apply. Now we've got a, well, we've got a run and attack, but I'm going to leave those off for right now. And so I've got my fluffy sheep out here. Nice. So let's go ahead and grab our fluffy sheep. He wants to automatically play an animation. I'm going to turn that off. And what I'm going to do is let's throw a Playmaker on this, okay? So we're going to come up here to our Playmaker editor. We're going to right click and we're going to add an FSM to this. And I don't know, I'm going to call this FSM idle, okay? For lack of a better thing to call it. Oops, that was the state. Well, I'm going to call the FSM the same thing. Idle. There we go. And so in our state, let's go ahead and add a play random. And kind of like what we saw with Sancho earlier, we'll use our owner, and we will do, let's say 3 animations. The first one is going to be idle. Second one is going to be graze A, and the third one will be graze B. Let's weight these, I don't know, like 0.6, 0.6. Oops. Darn you. I always forget I've got to double tap out of there. 0.6 and, oh, come on, one more 0.6. On our loop event, we will, let's say loop event, we're going to need an event. I'm going to create an event. I'm going to call it looping because, hey, why not? And on my loop event, I'll go ahead and go with looping, add that transition to my idle state, come back here, and that should force it to come back here and pick another random animation to play. So let's see what we've got. What are you up to, little sheep? Okay, donkey, you're kind of in my way. Okay, so the sheep is eating. You can see right here. And he likes eating, which is cool. Okay, so there we go. So we've got our sheep is doing his little animation there, and he's all set out there, and we're kind of not going to touch him again for a little while. We'll come back later and make some more changes to him. Let's see. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so our sheep's in there. We can keep going through all of our other ones until we've got them doing stuff that we want as well. And that should get all of our characters set up for us to be able to play with and start adding some more advanced functionality to them as we go on into a really quick introduction to NPC control systems in our next chapter. So questions, comments, thoughts, anything, just throw them in the comments below and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Bye-bye.